archaeologists. I'm the John Strutt. Welcome to the proximity. I'm having a Final Fantasy XIV Heaven Sword Soul Surrender adventure, and these snails have to leave. So there you go. And we don't need down the screen either. No, there's both. Here's Lady Bunnington. She has quest. I don't. There's a wind-up Horshaphant. Seems a bit grim, if you ask me, to have that dead person be represented as a random toy that follows you about everywhere. But what do I know? Here's quests. Now I've accidentally done all the interesting quests, as in the dungeons and stuff, and I don't know how long it will take me to do like the rest of this quest line, because if it's less than an hour, I'm gonna just have to append that. Just gonna have to append it. Just looking at how silly my hair looks. It always looks very silly. But yeah, to another episode. So I might just queue for some of the stuff that I've been meaning to do at some point, maybe, you know, and not worry too hard about whether they ever go or not. Things like this. The extremes, the high-end trials. Or might that be like quite difficult? Where's the one I hadn't done? Is it this one? So I haven't done. No. Where is it? Oh, it's this. I'm just blind. See, this extreme wasn't too bad. It was just this one I think is quite difficult. But maybe I'm just misremembering, because that's only a 15, so... I'll tell you what. Give these a go. Because I've done none of them. You don't get a lot of them. It's a Saturday. It's 3 PM because I went out drinking. We had an office do, and I didn't drink that much, but I did need the extra rest. I didn't really sleep the day before, so like there's a bit of that as well. But yes, the point is, this is arguably the ideal conditions to try one of those silly, difficult ones, if they are silly and indeed difficult. Alice is going to get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me. It's been a long day. Did you have something to say? You know what I've done? I moved my chair, and now the TV is not centered to my view. I'm looking slightly at the side of the TV. I could turn both me and the TV to face each other. I mean, I don't really need to turn me. I'm going to be looking at the TV regardless, right? That's sort of the point. But, alright, yeah, whatever. It's fine. So there would be center, but if I move the camera to point there, you'll see the wall. I think it's because I've pointed it out this way, and I could have put the camera like there and forward. Although now you've got quite a clear picture of me for once. Anyway, this is still relatively new, this setup. But yes, we have this high level though, which I like. Did you have something to say? Orange? Oh, I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head, now more than ever. Listen, if anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know that I'm prepared to do what must be done. Right then, to more pressing matters. Since we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence. I do have a cup of tea, and I suspect I should drink it now, actually, because I think many much far has happened. Yes, my instinct was correct. It is a little strong. And it is not as hot as I would like, but whatever. We will not let that bring us down. More pressing matters since... no, yeah, okay. There we go. We completed that quest. I might just have to... When we were free. To review, we are reliably informed that the members of the Ala Mhigo resistance operating here, taking receipt of several large shipments of crystals. I do have... I bought a thing to let me hang the TV on the wall. And of course, in that case, I can actually move the TV slightly to the right anyway. Although, how high would I actually want the TV? I don't mind lifting my head a bit, and of course, if it's high up, then it means more of the room could see it above sofas and stuff. But like if I was like, hi, I'm watching a TV right now. Hello. Watching a TV, playing computer games on my TV, it's really hot. You know, I'd be looking at the center, which is actually slightly down right now. That's what I mean, it's like this. It's like this. And I'd want it to be, I don't know, like that. Which isn't that much higher. It'd be like that. But it could go a little higher maybe, perhaps. Hello? Watching the TV right now. Okay, stop that, John. I don't know what voice that is either. Hello? And it would be further away, but like, that's probably a good thing. Reliably, given the size of the settlement, I found it hard to believe that anyone here would be wholly unaware of the resistance movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both willing and able to share such information with outsiders. The thing I worry about is drilling into that particular wall is because that particular wall is the neighbouring wall, and that requires me to annoy neighbours. I guess this would be an ideal time to do that. I mean, I'm streaming right now, so I'm not. And I don't even know if that TV can be, you know, taken apart. It is a flat screen, but it's... I don't know if it comes from the Times. The Times... Oh, it's going to bug me now. Next time I make a cup of tea, I'll actually check, I reckon. I've been meaning to for ages. Sensible to divide our forces. Now I have. Why don't you question the residents of the eastern half of town, Alice? And I will do the same in the west. And afterwards you can rendezvous here to share our findings. Average wait time is quite long, actually. Oh, yeah, it's Little Ala Mhigo. Are we going to go to Big Ala Mhigo in this? Also, am I tilted ever so slightly? Yes. Yes, I think I am. Also, you might notice me looking down, and it kind of looks very strange when I'm like, what's down there? I'm looking at my face. I should be looking at the camera. The face in the camera. It's... Normally I'd look there when I'm talking to you, because that's where my face would be. My face is here, but I should be talking there to you. Hello, you. Then I don't know what I look like when I'm talking. I like to know what I look like when I'm talking, because I might look strange. Anyway, half the time I'm just looking here, right? Because I need to play the game. Just fly, John. Just fly, John. It's indoors. It's clearly indoors. So, I want to. There you go. Hey, the resistance, damned if I know. It's not as if I'd be any use to them, cough wheeze. If you'd set any store in the tales of secret weapons, good luck to you, but I'm too old for the masked bedtime stories. This is our lot, and we've got time to get used to it. Oh, well, that person... Oh, said no. What about the net? What about Tailbot? He's a robot that tells tales. Tailbot. I see you there, shaking that out. No, although I did name this episode, Don't Want None Unless You Got Buns. That's because I'm a rabbit lady. Looking for the Griffin and his lot, I'll bet. Seems like they're the talk of Little Ala Mhigo these days. Folk wondering what he's about, and he's got what he's got in store for the Guardians. I apparently haven't been doing any talking today or reading, and you could probably tell. And what's under that mask of his, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face. What of all the scars? Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that'll send the bloody Legion if they knew he were here. Snort. There, you know what? I've immediately regretted trying to do an accurate snort. Your guess is as good as mine. Well, you need better tales, Tailbot. Siegfried. Is that... He's doing push-ups. Conversations going on my phone. Let me guess, come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first one to answer Griffin's call. While he's lit a fire in every Ala Mhigan's heart, he's also inspired more than a few Aldens to pledge themselves to the cause. Little wonder the Guardians won't stop until we're under the yoke. Oh, it's kind of adorable that little, you know, a little Hoshiphon is standing on the table. So I got trapped in that one. No, get out the fire! Because I was like, that should be a single syllable. Little. It's too little. I can't do it in a single syllable. Damn those monophones, or whatever the fuck that word is. I suppose I should ask you what you learned, but I think I already know. Griffin. Griffin. Griffith. Seems to be the leader of the newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Masks. Yet despite the growing popularity, nobody seems to know much about them, only that they're the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Ala Mhigan liberation is unrivaled, but we could but hope their revolutionary fervour is never channeled in the direction of our primal. Though I feel confident that this group, which received the crystal shipments, this is the group, we yet lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions. Mayhap enlist his help while I'm at it. Can't have too much of this tea, can I? It's gonna be too cold. Average wait time is now 14 minutes, so it is ahead of us. It's racing ahead of us. Is it because I've picked 4 extremes I'm kind of nervous about? Yeah. For no more of that tea. We have talked to Pepper instead. Changed my mind. Want that. John, you had to have planned this in advance, otherwise the can wouldn't have been by your side. There could be a mini fridge right there. There isn't. I was about to say I'm an adult. I own a house. I don't own a house. I own a cottage. And, you know, I've got a mortgage. I don't own it. And like, the front room's got a massive PC set. My point is, I don't have a mini fridge right next to, like, my sofa. That's a little indulgent. Even for me. Though I don't judge anyone that does. Given that you and Gundabald are already acquainted, mayhap, it would be best if we took the lead, shall we? Oh, thank goodness he said his name. I would have forgotten. That would have been embarrassing. Oh, my old friend, Jim? That's what I was going to say. I just got distracted by remembering that I had to go to the gym right before I was about to actually say your real name. Gundabald! You're not bold at all. You made out of lies. Much as it pleases me to see you again, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. The Griffin, I know him. As do we all. He and his masks have become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicion, at first given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory. But I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished. But I have not forgotten Wilred. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you were not. The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the sunken temple of Ka. It's always the same. It's just a nice place to go, that sunken temple. Apart from the monsters, of course. Go and... There, you're up there. You're not down there. You're up there. Go and see him with your own eyes. Weigh his words with your own heart. How convenient. 'Tis but a pity Thancred is not here to join us. You two go ahead. I shall stay behind and wait for him. I like that she jumps into the plane. Broken water. 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 Why are you saying water? I don't know. I just hear it in different accents, and sometimes it's just fun to say words. Just to pronounce them differently. In a silly way, maybe. Perhaps. You know. We'll have fun here. And we're flying through the sky. Whoop. It's a BB. Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within. You're gonna make me do a dungeon? No. 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 Yes? No. Oh, it's not totally suspicious that he's wearing a mask.
Brothers and sisters.
Sisters.
20 years ago, Ala Mhigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire.
And E03.
In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out. Building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country. Or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home.
Is it the word bastard?
We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Ala Mhigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight.
So one of the things that I think has really helped the world of Final Fantasy XIV is this little detail about, well, it's not little detail, you know what I mean? The fact that there's a continent that's been already taken over by the Empire, and I know that's like the plot of Final Fantasy XII as well, but you don't feel it as well. The fact that this is this refugee camp here, and because like to 1 to 60, you don't notice it, like the actual plot that much. But when you return a few times, well, you do Wilred, right? I remember Wilred, like mainly because the fact that he gets betrayed is one of the best best story beats to be, you know, it's a good actual twist. Because, oh, not Will, he'd learnt his lesson. Oh, because that dickhead from the other storyline gets him killed. It was a nice way to join the... Anyway, that this has always been going on in the background is a great detail to build upon. And it didn't get as much time dedicated to it as, say, you know, the 10 levels you spend searching for the ship when you're doing the entire heaven. It's a pre-Heavensward questline, and I'm curious as to how many little things that have been set up like this ahead of time.
They have imprisoned us, they have enslaved us, and they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands.
Yorkshire.
This I promise you. For we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it. And together, we shall see the Ala Mhigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Albania once more.
Yeah, I'm convinced. It's somewhat undermined by the fact that, like, some of the women in the crowd have, like, is it crop tops? Oh, I see. Like, wait, they have just, they're in brown, but it's like they're still fashionable clothing.
What are you two doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
They've even done it with her. It's just their normal clothes, but it's all brown.
Well, this is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see...
You don't phone, you don't write letters.
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
For it is not strength of arms that will win this battle, but strength of heart.
It's like, I can't think of any fashion brands, but like imagine fish cake. You know, the fish cake just send all of their brown clothing, and it's exactly the same as all they have. I don't know why I needed to make a weird metaphor. Nike, that's a shoe brand, but like, all the cool colors. Like they come up with like a shoe, and it's like, yeah, it's green and red and orange and yellow. Those are. But nobody's gonna buy the ones that are brown. We'll send them all to the refugee. Like, okay. There's no way to kind of talk about what I'm about to say without referencing a real world thing. And it's a bit garish doing that in a computer game, but a computer game's talking about refugee camps anyway. We already send clothing to poor places. I already feel bad just being like, yeah, we send. You know what I mean? Like we send clothing to the poorer countries and places that need them, but like they're not all one color, and you can sort of people send all sorts of whatever. I don't know why I'm making this point. It's very obvious. It's just a bit weird. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you. It was pretty obvious you and Nyeva would be fine. The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as we were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believe that, forgive me, what have you two been doing all this time? Repaying a favour. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Alda, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right. They smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Ala Mhigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. Where did we learn the Scion's exoneration? That Lonorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and that General Roban had been reinstated. We resolved to make contact, but having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters even more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it. Use a fucking giant crystal. Just teleport and give us a wave. To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumour that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the signs of the Seventh Dawn. Curious. It is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would be... I'd put a pause there when there needn't be a pause. Would welcome our support. Ah, I should say the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. 'Twould not surprise me if he was responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, hence the mask, okay, got it, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Isn't there a risk with impersonators that the impersonator is just going to end up with the crew and not you? Like, you're a paranoid man. I'm trying to think of famous examples. Was it Saddam Hussein would have impersonators, right? I guess on his level. No, because he always, like, I mean, they're not going to look that much. They don't wear masks, okay? So, like, so if everyone who deals with the fake Saddams know that's a fake Saddam. It's just the general public that don't. But as soon as he gets out of the tank or whatever, or the car, they're going to immediately know that that's a fake. It's only, like, people from foreign countries that won't immediately recognize him. And even then, like, but Griffin's in a mask. Anyone could be the Griffin. And all these people, you know, he's not on television. He doesn't have a famous presence. What's stopping one of the fakes from just betraying Griffin? Somebody has to give the fakes their orders. I don't know. It feels like it's a risky way of doing business. Even when we had participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. You wear a mask. What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one, and mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. She's from Ala Mhigo, right? Anyway, when we heard, I can't, like, because she's in her normal clothing. It's just in desaturated. It's just because she wore red before, right? She had big red boots, and everyone in this game wears shorts and red long boots are like a really common fashion choice in this world. But like her boots are metal, which makes it even weirder. Like, at least with leather boots, you can imagine just, you know, that being a reasonably... putting fucking leather long boots on must be a task and a half. I'm looking, like, weirdly red. I might have to fix that. What else did I say I wanted to do? I wanted to test the television. Yeah, I'm not this red. I'm not a red person. I might want to dial that down. Okay, that shouldn't be too hard to do. Anyway, it might be a bit good. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind. To get a better sense of the man. For all the good it did. And now you have heard the whole of it. But tell me, what prompted you to take interest in the Griffin? Just bunny noises. Summoning? You're not serious. I can't believe it. The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan. What the Griffin... well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say for the confidence what he would and would not do. What I can say, however, is in the speech we heard today was not the first one to make reference of power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late, I confess. I had assumed it to be a mere bluster, but in the context of the shipments that you spoke of, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find out together. If anyone tries to stop us, they will have to answer to me. Okay, there we go. We managed to get through it. And obviously, I can't change my face. We're about to go into a dungeon. Now, I remember this being... Well, I remember failing this. It was quite difficult, but it might have been the party makeup. Rah! Okay, let's all die together. Yeah, people are alluding that this might be difficult. Lots of first-timers. I don't have... I'm not a dancer. That's probably for the best. I can't sing my song. Where's Garuda here? So far, it doesn't seem too hard. Oh, that seems harder now. God damn it. Okay, boom. What's this? I have no fucking clue how to deal with that. Okay, it's gone. There is another archer as well. Do we want to be on that side? Not on that. That's probably a bad place to be. No, that's... I don't want to be on the red. To make sure I'm actually in range. There is a weird ball. Oh god. So I think last time I wasn't a archer, and it's just easier getting the fuck out of the way about it as an archer. It's probably my job to actually get rid of those as well. Oh, fuck. I think we died. Okay. Yeah, I remember kill ants. So I was killing that. Oh, fuck. I can't go and drink. Damage dealt. Oh. We just get... It's going to be 5% easier now. Okay, we've got to kill ads. I was... I'm not sure what we're waiting for, but... Really check. Fair enough. So we'll keep an eye out for those ants. Everyone's in for some reason, so I'm going to go in as well. No idea where I was supposed to fucking go. I don't think I want to be here. I could have ran through him. I forget that's an option. Then I'll go back to this person because he seems to know what he's doing. I'm just gonna not go in those things? Or was that an ad that I have to kill? Maybe that's what that is. Oh fuck. I'm glad I interpreted that the same way as the other people. You go in those? Yeah, I think you do. Holy fuck. Ah. Because otherwise those fucking lasers get us. I think there's also like a timer. I seem to remember that was the case before. We just randomly died because we didn't deal with them. Looks like we've dealt with it though. Okay, what's this one? I think you walk into them. Okay. Fuck. Yeah, you got. Somebody said it below. You've got to soak the orbs. We almost had that, but yeah. MB was. Yeah, of course we can do it. I mean, we were almost there. So I'm reading the chat. You can see the chat here actually. But yeah, we had that. But yeah, you soak the orbs. Okay, I'm confident. I don't know if that's just the timer then, and we just have to do it quicker, but... fuck. That seems like I should not be there. Yep, got hit by both, but... I'll stick with him. I don't know what this is, but people tend to get inside of it. I do believe I'm interpreting that properly as well then. And then everyone's getting close for some reason. Oh, it's been a while since I've done these two. Okay, there we go, a tank one. Got it. This bit's a bit hairy. Are there any more left? Yeah, because they're shooting me. Yeah, it's right there. I can see you. Fuck. I don't have the health to tank it. I think I did that a lot better. %. That was rough. We almost said, and we were doing it right. Alright, this is fun though. Yeah, you might just have to suicide on them. She's just gonna do an attack, right? Yeah. Everyone goes in. I still don't know why everyone goes in for this bit. Or maybe the blue is healing. I don't really want to... Yeah, that's a better way of doing that. I'm too far away. Let's take out the bits. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. There's one back there. I have no idea what the green orbs are, but I'm assuming they're bad. Yes! Very nice. Oh, that bard was exaggerating. Yeah. Don't think the accommodations make much difference, but somebody kept me alive, so there you go. You get accommodation. And don't think I want any of the loot. It's a choke of healing, so it's probably not for me. It's... Cool. It's not why I was standing, game, but might be the best work yet. Was it not? Just as you remember now. The fuck did you do that? Come now, some are a little exaggeration, only change a few details for dramatic effect. Oh, and then there were balls on the ground, and if you didn't run into them, you know, you take damage, but you take a lot more damage if nobody did it. And then there were lasers and they shot across, and I was like, what sort of story is this? And even had I not, others would have done so eventually. It is the nature of every story to grow and grow with each telling. No, I know someone like that. Best complete. There you go. I like that. That was fun. And look at the fucking look at the bird. Shouldn't overfeed your chocobos though. It's not funny. Chocobos can be very delicate, so. Tick, don't tick. This has been judged. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you. Oh, hang on, what? We saw this already. I think we saw all this already. Oh. Because I think it was on the dark, yeah. Honorable hero. Papalino has a mind to learn the Griffin true intention. If as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs to obtain confirmation while there is yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I should not be surprised if he were one of Griffin's closest associates. While he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he can probably tell us of the mask's plan in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates, however, he is wary of outsiders and will not expose himself without suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. You and Alphino will pose as adventurers falling on hard times. Aren't I like one of the most famous people in the world at this point? Whatever. Inspired by his words to take up arms for a noble cause. Ido and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements and testify as to your usefulness and struggles ahead. With our enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we will arrange a meeting. You'll have to look at the part that we might... do I have to wear a brown version of my clothes? Until we have him cornered, at least here, should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Talbot, and have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions? It all seems simple enough, thank you. And with that, Naive, let us be off. What? I don't know where I am. No, it's not. You're nowhere near there. That place doesn't look out that bad. I was... Sorry, I was just like going, no, actually looks normal. Maybe it just depends on the scene I'm looking at the time. Tailbot, I tell the tales. You want to buy what? Don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it. Here's a sack of gill. Well, you're the ones with the gills, seeing as your friends at Papalima. There, tunic and slops for both of you, tailored and treated to your tastes. Now off with you, before someone sees us together. Clothes maketh the man, as they say. Right then, I'll go and change and see you at the spot Papalima marked on our maps. Do I also have to wear the correct clothing? I'm guessing so. Although I have two for some reason. Bum 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 bum. Broken water. Why do I have two? Yes, I totally look like a poor person. with these long boots on and the long gloves. But look at us, pair of down-at-heel adventurers seeking a chance. So we capture past glories. Yes, should suffice. And now we play the waiting game.
My thanks, comrades. You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
Oh, he's got a Griffin on his back.
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms. I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal.
Very subtle, Al. Very... King of subtlety.
It would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
I'd like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
Ah, the famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals.
The name's changed. Arr.
You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Ala Mhigan liberation.
Oh, so we can just do it for it again, rather than a new boss.
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the Resistance. Ala Mhigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honourable heroes.
That's the name of the quest, woo!
It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Ala Mhigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god.
So this will be hard mode, right?
Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the warrior of light?
How did you know?
I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave woman can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago.
Oh, that's nice.
On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
Do we know his, because I remember that quest line he's talking about as well. Where did he get the cool fucking armor from? There must be like several sets of it as well.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Ala Mhigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences. You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
Are we gonna have to fight Garuda as well then? Quarry Mill, he said. Do you remember? I do, yes. Forgive me. You cannot be expected to recall every name in the face. Besides, it's not as if it matters. I have long admired how you live in the present, how you focus on the problem at hand, always keep moving forward. No, buddy, I just needed to talk to Gunderbold, and I couldn't talk to Gunderbold. See, I fucking remember. I couldn't talk to Gunderbold until I healed, until I made... He wouldn't trust me if I wasn't friends with his mate, but his mate was in Quarry Mill and recently injured. I fucking remember that shit. But, no, I didn't do it out of altruism. I did it because of other reasons. But, okay, so... It's my Boris Johnson. Clowns. Sorry, don't know why I invoked fucking that dickhead. So let's... No time for turning back. So, just to be very clear, because obviously in the UK people might use insults as terms of endearment. I didn't mean that as an endearing term. I just don't want to... I didn't want to use a more aggressive terminology on the Twitch, but suffice to say, not a fan of that guy. It's that guy again. One life for one world. Half an hour would keep moving forwards. If we take the Griffin's double at his word, then crystals are now somewhere within Zarak. Let us... it's ready to be used by the Al-Marja. Must appraise Alice all of that we've learned. I will join you both in Little Ala Mhigo after I've changed. And, I shall do so as well. Going back to Little Ala Mhigo. I'll check some of these. Okay. Ooh, Miqo'te. Now that Thancred has finally arrived, mayhap you could share your latest findings. You mean to tell me that while we were worrying ourselves sick, Ido and Papalimo were here all along? Well, Ishtola will be relieved, but also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of the Al-Marja. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon E03 even as we speak. We must make for Harak without delay. Agreed. If there's naught else to discuss, let us depart at once. being watched by this rock and this person. And so they go forth in accordance with the Griffin's plan. The players gather to assume their marks on the stage, wreathed in flame, ere long the curtain shall rise, and the drama of which I am author, gods forgive me, shall at last be performed. Naught else remaineth, save to stand at the ready, and pray the chance is seized, for never shall we know its like again. Who the fuck are you talking to, bud? You're standing in the light, Alphino. You know how annoying that is. I guess this is the summon place. I confess I expected warmer greeting. Because we must not jump to conclusions, not until we brave the bowl of embers. We must be ready to engage the enemy at any moment. If you would make any final preparations, pray do so now, and I shall await the signal. Okay. That's fine. Oh, it's... Is this the same as what happened with Titan?
This isn't right. The Emulger would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
Not willingly, no.
The saviors of Eorzea. Slow as ever.
Okay, but why do you have to be a prick about it if you're actually trying to save the world?
By the 12, will you never learn?
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god. It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it. But killing the warrior of light, on the other hand, that would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos.
I mean, it's not wrong.
One life for one world. A fair exchange. Wouldn't you agree?
Lest you forget, you've more than one opponent.
Ooh.
Carbuncle, defend me!
Oh, I love Carbuncle.
I sense you will offer more than mere target practice, unlike your sister.
Them fighting words.
Alize!
Why was she here?
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was.
Why didn't you fucking dodge then? You just got hit by...
My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere.
She has book. Oh, the book has a swording. You can do that. Not quite understanding what class she is,
If
but...
you would dare to stand against us, to destroy all that we hold dear, then you shall die by my sword.
Let's finish this.
Oh, that's cool. So I got tricked into thinking it'd be a fight against Ifrit, and it's really a fight against Warrior of Darkness. That's yeah. I like how that was presented. Like yeah. And also I got to see it's the Ranger of Darkness. Oh, that's also kind of funny how they did that. We'll do the Warrior last. Like the Ranger of Darkness. But I'm not a warrior, I'm a bard. Motherfucker, you gotta hit me. The Magus of Darkness. Good luck getting anywhere near me, you fuck. I'm gonna fight the Knight of Darkness. We're gonna make it a night to remember. What's going on with the floor? Hang on, I thought, am I still fighting the Magus? The Devoured of Darkness. Okay, somebody's purposely sacrificing these guys then. That was his plan all along? Is what I'm sensing. The Magus of Darkness. What I fought you already. Again, the Ranger of Darkness. Stop bringing. Okay, do I have to... I'm gonna. Can they rise? Right, I'm gonna fight this guy. I don't like games. It's specifically why I'm playing this. I've got a bow and arrow, I'm fine.
It ends now.
What? The chains.
Where the fuck did they get the chains from in the first place?
You snake! You would betray us as well?
He that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This I believe with all my heart. But say, warrior of darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
By the 12! Oriange!
Oh, it's just Oriange.
Mine apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
You sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us.
Oh, so he's just been like cosplaying.
I expect a full explanation when this is over. For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
No, I'm keeping this new... I forget everyone gets a new coat. They're not...
My lady. By thy leave.
I have book.
Even odds then. No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop.
Okay, so why did he do all this? I do like... I love that they get their classic clothing, so that's really nice. I mean, I assume one of the reasons...
We only have have one chance.
The only reason they do that is because in the cutscene, the
Channel your ether
videos.
into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell. I cannot do it alone, but together we can defeat them.
You know, the videos at the start of each content patch, DLC has like generic people, and so those are the Warriors of Darkness, presumably.
Make ready! They come!
I mean, if they had the original voice actor, both here, then I would have known it was him immediately. Channel ether into LSA's. How do I do that? How do I give you? I don't know what that means. Oh. Oh, that guy's got a name? Well, that person's vulnerable. Oh, there's another blade light. I need to kill him anyway because he's being distracting. The Ranger? Why do I have to stop the Ranger? Oh, now the Warrior of Darkness is on me again. Ooh. A blade of light, but again, he's being annoying, so I have to fight him. At this rate, we're just going to kill him like the normal way. Oh, they've got the echo, I forget. That's like the point and stuff. But thou must.
Tis done. With this blade, I banish the darkness.
No. Not like this.
Alize, are you hurt?
A touch dizzy, but otherwise fine. Thank you.
Didn't ask you if you were dizzy.
And there you have it. Our friend is too stubborn to die.
We are far from finished. Or have you never considered how we came to this world?
Crystals? You mean, like the Ascians?
Just so. As the Ascians flee unto the rift twixt planes with crystals of darkness, so did these warriors come hither with crystals of light.
Eloquent, as always. Aye, like the Ascians, we too are beyond death. You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
Oh, with strange aeons, even the dead may die.
Wait!
Even death may die, sorry. I was like, click, 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 click.
Such methods as the Ascians employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
Ooh.
At long last, you see. To
Hello,
save our
Corvus
world,
Skitty.
we gave our lives. We were just adventurers trying to make our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread, and soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won! And now our world is being erased from existence.
Why do you speak all evil?
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We cannot, we will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
Yes.
I've died before, Arbit. I'm not afraid to die again.
It's the implication of Final Fantasy III, right? That there will always be balance.
No matter how many times we fall, we must rise and carry on the fight for those we left behind.
I understand all of this. I just don't understand what they... I'm nitpicking as well. Ooh. Thank you for the follow. I like they all have a crystal each as well. But they all decided, alright, we're warriors of darkness. We're just going to talk like we're evil folk. Just because... it's more fun.
To have known the depths of sorrow and embraced the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master Louis Sois, guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle.
Might take me a while. Thank you for the follow, Early. Because I've only been playing when they give 3 days.
Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
I've completely forgotten where we got this crystal from. It's not one of the original 6, is it? Was it... Would it have been from the King? The King Pope?
What is this place?
Didn't think you could come here without the echo.
Such pain. Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
Oh.
Mother Heidelin, hearken unto your children's plea. From 2 worlds do we gather, and from 2 worlds do we offer a bounty of light. In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the Mother, with your chosen Minfilia.
Hang on, I thought Bunny...
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed.
I'll stop interrupting, sorry.
Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save, whom I can yet save.
Element.
Minfilia.
Blessed children of the first, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance, but it is not yet absolute. I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself the light which riseth even now to drown it.
What does high mean?
As darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
Archaic. Go quickly.
Might serve as instruments of Zodiark's will, so too must others carry out the will of Hydaelyn. But for the boon you have granted her, she has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all. We will not let the first fall to light.
The first?
Thank you, Urianger, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
How does Urianger know how to do that? That's very advanced.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Hydaelyn had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength long sought. And in treating with the Ascians, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes, in whom I glimpsed ourselves.
First.
The first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set light against dark.
This is what he's been doing ever since the end of the first game, when he first
Yet
met the
I knew from
Ascians.
the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the first's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away!
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Oh, I see.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
You would go alone, then?
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
Long have I watched you from Hydaelyn's side, watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn. The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you.
Oh, it's Louis Suarez stuff.
I pray you, keep to the path that you may never have need of it.
I think. It was on the... No, it was... I'll have to look it up. That was on the wall.
Twould seem the power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done,
Oh, okay, no, I was right. It's part of the stuff. Okay. Ah, my phone.
Hear me, servant of Hydaelyn. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor. Take us with you. Take us home.
But you're already dead. Are we going with Orin rules for certain characters? I guess that wouldn't go against this game at all, but
We were blind to the truth once, so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them. We made our choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
It is a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph. Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor.
Happy Bunny. Okay, I like that. I mean, as you said to the Shadowbringers, I'm sensing the implications of this take a while to actually like arrive in the actual game. One of my peeves with yeah. One of my pet peeves with the original game and the post-game content is that I really like the story to the post-game content, and then Heavensward basically ignored or undid a lot of it. And I was really worried that this is the same thing's happening, where like the writers have a little bit more freedom in these sections to get interesting, and then they're forced to go to like the next storyline. But I guess this is too big of a deal for it to not be have implications later on. And a part of me cynically thinks they just needed a cool excuse to give Oriange cool armor. Yeah, but this is post Heavensward content, as it were. In the so I'm counting everything after the Pope. Who are you? Oh, you're just a player. Yes, I've heard it's not. I've heard it's no one's favorite. It's probably still better than the original game. Just it's not Heavensward. Because I like Heavensward a lot. But Heavensward got to build upon like the level 50 to 60 zone, which is arguably the best story from the original game. Yeah. Okay, let's hand this in. It would seem that we are in 7th Thunderland again. Minfilia is doing, no doubt. Made the 12th speed her on the way, and the Warriors of Darkness too. Okay, I'm really curious about the process. It's incredibly egregious what happened post original game. Specifically, like, obviously when everyone gets split up, no one's gonna die. Like, I get that everyone's gonna survive regardless, but like they definitely killed off the Queen. and then undid that death, and then said, oh, all the people responsible for that weren't doing an evil plan. They were either like doing a really complex ruse, or sort of sympathetic in a way that didn't quite make sense with what was clearly the intent of those original stories. There's a bit where the raging bull, you know, when he cuts his arm off, and he has this evil grin, like it was me all along, and then you find it wasn't him all along. It's just that Lolorito had a really issues with the battlefield because of state planning. It was clear that one writer had one idea, and a new writer was like, actually, we don't need any of this for Heavensward, so we just need to bring everyone back, and then we'll write interesting stories for bringing everyone back. And I'm like, I get it, but like, there was a story there. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is my first time going through all of it, but I'm playing through it very slowly because during the pandemic, I leveled up one character on a different account to level 50 on everything, and then I bought the game, and then a week after I bought the game, they announced that the free zone was now going up to 70, and you get Heavensward for free, and that made me so grumpy. I refused to pay for any in-game time, so I've managed to get this far with Rabbit Lady without paying for any in-game time. And this is 14 days for free. But yeah, I got really grumpy because specifically, once you buy the game, they won't let you play the free stuff. Oh yeah, it is 70 now, isn't it? Yeah. But you can't do it on an account that's already bought the game. So I will not pay for content until I hit at least level 7. Yeah, and I was a week off from, like, had I just, I think it was already 60 at the time now I think about it. Yeah, it's 70. Had I just not bought the game, I would have been able to just play for free whenever I wanted. But yeah, I even sent messages and they're like, nope, nothing they can do. But yeah, so I play whenever they drop the free time, which, you know, I managed to get this far. I've got 9 more days. 9 more days? No, I've got 7 more days of free time. And then I have to take a break until they give me more free time. I cannot help but wonder what awaits those wayward souls if they gave their lives in order to travel to the source. Then in returning to the first, would they not? Yeah. I got over it. And also, because when it gave me I'm doing this thing, I should probably mention. I have this ambition. That's not the button I wanted to press. Where's the button? I have this ambition of completing all the Final Fantasy games, even the weird side games that probably don't count, apart from like the 11th one or possibly Crystal Chronicles. Pretty sure some of these games would be impossible or headache to stream. I'll say how I feel about them when I get to those particular games, I guess. And so it gave me an excuse to start Final Fantasy 14 again and stream it, and so I have a record of everything I've done so far. This is I've been painstakingly chronicling all of the things. Hang on. It's kind of, I'm doing this on this. Why won't one of them turn off? Oh, I guess it's my life now. One of these needs to... Okay. Lovely. Been marking my way through them. Anyway, I need to finish this quest line. An ending to mark a new beginning. Okay, and then I'm gonna have to end the stream and eat some food and do the next DLC patch thing. Forgive me, my thoughts were elsewhere, and this when I know full well there is work yet to be done. The crystals, leave them to me. I'll go back to Zaharak and secure them. The Amalja will be in disarray at the thrashing the warriors of darkness gave them. They are not like to notice the lone bard skulking about. But Thancred, you don't have to do this, I know, but I want to. I'll see you at the Rising Stones. I should go and find Ida and Papalima. I insist on reading everything as well in the main quest, which is probably slowing me down a lot. They must have finished searching the masks camp by now. Not that it matters anymore. My favourite thing about the Orionje doing sneaky shit is that he would have like had to keep... He's got like a cloak specifically for doing sneaky shit, and then he went back into his old clothes. And now, of course, we're not going to see him in new clothes until they decide to swap everyone again. But, which I hear they're doing soon. I hear, it's getting a graphics update or something? Why is... Oh, Alice there. You must be tired, Niamh. I know I am. If thou wilt permit me, my lady, I would ask a question. When didst thou become aware of mine independent pursuits? Yeah, I like how it looks. But, when I saw you meeting with the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascians, the White of the Great Library, I assume at some point, because some of these are PS2 graphics, so I don't actually know how they would do an update. It might be just the newest places. The worry is they'll start cutting people out of the PS4 version at some point. When I saw you meeting with the Warrior of Darkness and the Ascian in the White of the Great Library, I tried not to think the worst. You've never been one to confide in others, so I knew that even if were your intentions pure, you would not share your plans with us until you felt the time was right. Oh no, I was going to say I meant PS3. I didn't. I meant PS2, didn't I? Because there's Final Fantasy 12 assets in here. But I cannot deny it's always fun seeing the old assets, though. That a part of me feared you'd simply betrayed us. Would there had been another way? Know that I took no pleasure in deceiving thee, and that their sins will forever weigh heavy on my heart. I understand why you did what you did, that you sought to achieve the greatest good while inflicting the least harm. Not many would have the courage to make that choice, but even knowing that what came of your actions, I cannot condone them. I'm sorry. I mean, that's fine, because he made a choice for all of us without consulting all of us. Now, forgive me, but I believe the events of the day have taken their toll on me. I should like to rest for a while. I guess I'm about to get a moon breeder, a wind-up moon breeder, so I guess that whole ordeal upset him enough into thinking of, it had affected him emotionally. If thou wilt grant me leave, I would gladly escort thee onto a refuge of thine own choosing. Once my lady hath regained her strength, we shall join thee at the rising stones. Until then, warrior of light. Oops, no, I was trying to do this. There. Oh, we're not done. What are we doing now? Oh, we're finishing the mask storyline. Is Ala Mhigo the next game then? These two need new clothing as well. Well met, Niamh. Alphino said you would be joining us. It would seem that Griffin's double was telling the truth insofar as we found nothing resembling a sizable cache of crystals in the masks camp. I hate the word masks. Masks. It's just, there's too many little noises at the end of that word. Mask. Did you perchance find one in Saharak? Oh, blimey, a bunch of stuff went down. Actually, a bunch of stuff went down. I don't believe it. The crystals, Minfilia, all of it. It's just, I don't know what it is. It feels a bit mean, because they didn't get to go to the special realm and talk to Minfilia for one last time. I sympathise, Ida. Even now I struggle to comprehend that which I saw. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that I feel blessed to have been granted a final chance to speak to her. was bittersweet, aye, but also affirming. Affirming? Alpha, no, I believe it's past time Ida and I rejoined the Scions. We've been away for far too long. Though I am loath to leave the Griffin to his own devices, I feel our investigation would benefit from your more dispassionate perspectives, and I hope we might in turn offer our own opinions on the many challenges that you have faced in our absence. Gods, it's been absolutely ages, hasn't it? I can't wait to hear about everyone's adventure. The problem is, a lot of these characters I've not seen since the last game, so I'm still used to their original voice actors. We should be glad to recount them. And Tataru's... I mean, I've got no excuse for having her. He's been with me all along. Tataru's tales may well surprise you. Happy Bunny. Gundobald? Ida, Rauga be praised, it is you. Ida, alive and standing here before me in the flesh. I can hardly believe my eyes. Oh, come now. Has it really been so long that you don't remember me? It's Gundobald. I fought beside your father in the revolution. Do not think less of her, friends. It's been 20 years since the occupation sent her our separate ways. But the resistance, you're always welcome in Little Ala Mhigo. They gave us hope, and young Ida most of all. Okay, Ida's slightly older than I thought she was. Aye, Ida, was always full of fire. Ever the first to volunteer for a mission, till the day she up and vanished, that is. There were rumours, we feared the worst. But here you are, alive and well, looking nary a day older. Well, what can I say? I'm sorry for running off like that and making you all worry. It's a long story. There was these Scions. There's been at least one expansion pack. But you see, I got involved with my friends here, the Scions. Oh, sorry. We were still the Circle of Knowing back then. Okay, Circle of Knowing is from the original game. I probably need to look up the actual plot of that again. Right. This is the second time they've randomly grabbed something from that game as well. During the Titan Alexander, they invoke a random... They name drop an Ascian, and I don't know if the horn is from the original game as well. And anyway, I wanted to come back and tell you, but it was all very secretive stuff at the time. And as you can see, I'm completely fine. I know I've got a lot to talk about, and we will, but right now I've got to hurry back to our headquarters. My friends are expecting me. Yeah. Pray forgive her. It's been a very long day for us all. I promise we will visit again at the first opportunity. I mean, I'm hoping she has a good reason for not returning, because again, and they invoked it earlier, there was a quest line where we had to get to know Gundobald. We had to get to know Ala Mhigans in one of the elf places. Otherwise, Gundobald wouldn't talk to us. And we just had Ida all along with us, who could have just said hello. Let us return to the Rising Stones. Hells, take me for giving you that mask. How... curious. Yeah, I've always been curious about her mask. I'm assuming she wears the mask to disguise herself from the Ala Mhigans. And Gundobald, you know, it's just a domino mask. It's not a great disguise for somebody who actually knows you. Okay, I didn't know this would take 2 hours. Although I managed to do an extreme as well, which was nice. Welcome home, Naive. I trust your journey was uneventful, and you'll be pleased to hear the Thancred has secured the crystals he sent word a short while ago. Once he'd delivered them safely into the Temple's Knight's care, he will rejoin us here, and we can declare the matter officially resolved. While awaiting your arrival, I took the opportunity to contact Ishtola and Kryl brief them on all that's occurred. I have also requested they return to the Rising Stones at earliest convenience now that our lost friends have been found. It would seem meet to discuss the future. What? Now that our lost friends have been found, it was... What? My phone's too far away from me to check the grammar of that. I don't know if it's archaic language or just a mistake. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, though. They've got good writers. Or they... Oh no, is he just wearing his old gear again? Is it literally just for doing suspicious shit?
Back in the solar. It's been too long since we were all together like this. Not since after Moonbreeder.
Yeah, she's like, so I remember her original voice more.
Much has changed since then. We ourselves, most of all.
Is the implication that they just had dirt all over their clothing?
Not all who were lost could be gathered here today. We may take comfort in the knowledge that those who are not are carrying on the fight.
While I am grateful to our friends in the north for their hospitality, it isn't half good to be back.
But, as Papalima rightly said, much has changed since we last stood here. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are not as they once were, nor should we be. Our travels in the north brought us into contact with a host of fine and generous people, and their selfless deeds serve to show me that it is not lofty causes that should inform our actions, but our hearts. And I hope that the Scions might continue in this manner, as individuals driven by individual principles. Provided we all sincerely desire to work towards Eorzea's salvation, I believe the paths we follow to achieve it need not, and should not, be dictated by any single ideal.
I mean, what?
Companions bound by a common purpose, free to go whither they will. The idea is not without merit. Very well. I shall resume my research of the primals and the elder gods of Eorzea. Should anyone have need of my findings, you need only ask. I should be glad of your continued assistance.
Is Kral gonna be a regular then?
Well, my main purpose in coming here was to see the signs of the Seventh Dawn restored and my dear friend found. Nevertheless, having involved myself in your struggles, I feel compelled to see them through to the bitter end. For Minfilia's sake. That is, if there are no objections.
Why are you looking at me? It's not my club. I was the last to join.
You will always be welcome here, Krile.
Urianger, can we trust you to carry on your investigation of the Ascians as before?
I thought it was Orianger.
Regardless of mine own desires, I am undeserving of your trust, having so villainously deceived you all.
Now, I'll hear no more of that. 'Twould be disrespectful of Minfilia's wishes. She entrusted matters here to us, that we might protect this star and understand the truth which hides at her heart. Mayhap I can handle the former, but I think you far better suited to the latter. No?
Very well. Then out of love for my Lady Minfilia and Moonbreeder both, this shall be my solemn charge.
Papalimo and I should probably return to Thanalan to keep an eye on the resistance. There's still the matter of the Griffin and the Amalja, not to mention the new Imperial Viceroy. That little lot must be worthy of our attention, right?
And what will you do, Alize?
You know I have no great love for organizations and formalities.
That was kind of an awkward line, won't I?
That being said, this new approach you propose is not wholly objectionable, and we've always got her to keep us from bickering.
So what I'm gathering is that there's nobody in charge now.
I
They
will
just...
suffer no titles. I am not here for House Leveilleux, nor to walk in Grandfather's shadow.
Yeah, there's another thread.
See eye to eye. If it please you, you may think of me as but another comrade in arms.
Well then, Alfie, I, for my part, shall see to the paperwork and the finances with my characteristic aplomb.
I would not have it any other way, Tataru. And we mustn't forget you. What now for the Warrior of Light?
Gonna wait for the next questline. Not even a warrior, I'm a bard. And a dancer. A new adventure, what else?
Indeed.
The path behind us was fraught with hardship, and the path before us will be no less unforgiving. But a new dawn shall break over the realm, and I see before me the faces of those who will deliver.
I'm also sensing there's a line, and everything after this is all set up for for Stormblood. What's kind of interesting is obviously sometimes they have to write stuff not knowing where it's going, presumably. I mean, they have plans, but clearly not all of those plans are finalised, because otherwise Heavensward would... Yeah. Give them us stuff. Look at them now. I have the signs of the Seventh Dawn. Look how far we've come. People we've met. Moments we've shared. The losses we've suffered. And tragedies we've overcome. All of it has made us who we are today. We shall go from here. And what the future holds, only the 12 know. But I know we will find out together. And there we go. We get a wind-up Moonbreeder. It's still sort of weird that they make toys of dead people, but... Oh, we are not quite done yet. So I was expecting like a Doc Brown. It's your children.
One world's heroes are another world's villains. One world's loss, another world's gain.
Is this Elidibus talking?
Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life...
My friends, if I may, I would ask that you entrust Tupsimati to me. Clouds gather upon the horizon, and as Master Louisoix's disciple, I would keep it close at hand.
I've got no use for it.
Thank you. I shall guard it well.
What's it called? I played a game recently. It has a thing like that. I've completely forgotten what it's called though.
There is cause to hope.
Was it just him talking? I'm just still not used to his voice.
For every ending, every parting, marks a new beginning.
I just realised the voice I was thinking of was voiced by Balthier, and he's not an actor in this game anymore. Because it was him talking like this, and it wasn't even Elidibus, it was the first Ascian who's dead. Well done, brother. You may resume your normal duties. Rejoin the others. The coming battle shall be our greatest yet. I intend to stand with you on that glorious day. Oh, he's even taller. There's Elidibus. True believers are so readily led. I have given them everything they've desired, all of which they have prayed. I doubt you can say the same for your pawns. Get what you wanted, then? Was it all worth it in the end? There were some unexpected developments, but they were ultimately to our advantage. Be it host to a surfeit of light of dark, a world bereft of equilibrium is but a void in waiting, and a void is of no use to my master. I shall follow her emissary with great interest. As for the pawns, whom you so pity, they have delivered unto me a gift which I do now present to you. This is a crystal with 2 large balls in. Oh! Yeah, okay. Well, it was pretty fucking stupid to just throw them off the side of the bridge. The eyes of Nidhogg. Many were the candidates considered, but by your deeds you have proven yourself most deserving. Buddy, that seems like an incredibly stupid idea. Man of boundless rage and bottomless despair, in whose breast beats a heart which thirsts for vengeance. Only you are fit to wield these eyes, for weal or for woe. Don't know what weal means, but I'll just go with it. Maybe you want to give one of those to someone else? Spheres. Spheres. So many spheres. The evil spheres. This game is full of them. The final boss is going to be Roy Orbison. I've forgotten what the name of the ship is. Is it a ship? Or is this the mechanic? The guy who looks suspiciously like Fade Ruffer from the 1984 Dune movie. What's his name? It's got to be him, because he's not been in the game for ages. And they forced you to do his quest in the first game when you ascend the tower. You know, Sid's old friend. So it was here all along. Yeah, of course it's him. There you go. Nero. Oh, just you wait, my pretty. You and I are going to have so much fun. There we go. No retreat. No surrender. Cool. Right, with that, I'm going to take a break, eat some eggs, and return for the next content patch, whose name escapes me right now. But thank you very much for watching. I've been the John Stract. I've been having a Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward Soul Surrender adventure.